y'all, it's Hope here from Crafty Hope, and welcome to my new video. I am gonna go ahead and say I love this page. Love it, love it. I'm working in this little junk journal I made. I think this was the one I made from Robin Marie Smith's Transitions Journal Workshop. I'll try to remember to put a link to that below, or at least to her uh, tutorials page. It should be on there somewhere. It's a free tutorial. In any case, I really liked this page. It already had a lot going on in the background, some different handwritten things and papers and things I would collage on a page anyway. My only problem was the craft paper from the gummed packing tape. So I'm just covering that up with a couple of other collage pieces, and I'm using just some matte gel medium because that first piece I put down was kind of heavy. So I wanted to make sure it stuck. So I'm just using that and going over it. And the whole thing, I think all of those pages had some matte gel on them because they were kind of slick, like they had either a clear gesso or a matte gel on them. But I really liked the start of this page. So I just put those couple extra things down and I'm going to dry the whole thing. And I knew I wanted to keep this fairly neutral page. I was really yearning to use some of my favorite paints and colors. So I started with some one of those Stabilo Woodies in a brown and a gold. And I kind of wish here at the end I'd brought in a little more gold, but it doesn't really matter. This page turned out beautifully. And I scribbled and wet that a little to blur them in certain parts. And then that big black stamp was kind of sticking out to me, so I decided I need to bring that elsewhere on the page. I had done that originally with some India ink on that little scrap paper, but uh, I didn't feel like pulling all that out in my little makeshift craft room I've got going on. So instead, I found the same stamp in my hand carved stamps and got some Distress Oxide and black soot. Now that means that the stamp is gonna move around a little bit when I start adding some other liquids and things like that to the page. But that's okay. I still got that black statement on there. Like I said, I wanted to pull in some of the colors and things I really like. So I have got some Payne's Gray acrylic paint. This is the Hobby Lobby one. I'm not a huge fan of this one because it's a little shiny when it dries if it's not watered down, but I need to use it. So I'm just using it. So I've got what do you call that? Like a square, or I don't know, a flat paintbrush. And I'm just gonna put down some like little square boxy shapes straight on my page. I decide, yeah, pretty much just to bring it from the left to the right across the page. That's my jam. So I'm getting it just pretty much everywhere. There was something I was going to tell y'all, but I can't remember what it was. This page went by really quick. I did this whole thing in like 17 minutes or something. Now, yeah, I've got it edited down to 7 or so because I took out some of the like drying time and things like that, but it went super quick. And that just proves that it doesn't have to take a lot of time to make something you really love. So take a few minutes and throw some stuff at a page. Pull out some of your favorite materials and just make them work. So the next thing that I'm pulling out that I really like is this golden fluid acrylic quinacridone nickel azo gold. If y'all have watched me use it before, I say it every time. I love the rusty color of it. It is luscious. So you can see it's getting muddied up down there at the bottom. Some of that Payne's Gray hadn't dried, and then there's the Distress Oxide that's blurring a little and muddying it up, but that's okay. I'm absolutely fine with that. Now, I want to elevate this a little bit with a little brightness, so I finally went and got my Sharpie paint pen in the white, and I'm just adding 3 little dots in each of those little squares that I made in the Payne's Gray. Like I said, I just wanted to lighten and brighten this up, and so this really helps. It also got my hands a little busy and, gave this a little bit more of a me touch to it. So I like it. It's not a huge detail, but just a little something. And then I grabbed that new Stabilo All in Graphite, and I'm just kind of circling some of those squares just to get a bit more movement kind of going on in that background. And then I wanted some texture, so I'm trying to find some kind of fabric over in a scrap bin I've got off to the side, and I find this lace, y'all. As soon as I found it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm using this. So I'm gonna cut it down a little bit, and not really cut it. I'm gonna snip a little bit, tear it, and then I'll snip a little bit off the top and the bottom just to make it fit the page a little bit more. And after I snip it, I thought I was gonna put it on that left side just to hang out the edge, but the moment I moved it right there, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. So the matte gel medium came back out with a palette knife, and I'm just gonna put that straight down on the page. I'm doing my best, trying not to blur anything else on the page. And I'm just using the handle of that palette knife to stick it all down. So that's stuck down, and the next thing is to find some words. For me, I've got to have a sentiment on a page. So I pull out the, oh, I think they're like big chat stickers from Tim Holtz. They're single words, but they're kind of a larger font than his small ones. So I end up finding the words choose kindness, which I think everybody needs to be doing right now. We're all going through so much. Every single person is going through so much right now. And so choose kindness. If you can be kind, do. And if you can't be kind, don't do anything. Just step back. Don't say anything. um, so I stuck those words down. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that Sharpie paint pen there, but then just underline the words with my Stabilo All. And that's it, y'all. I love. And this was just such a simple little thing to throw down a couple of my favorite supplies. I hope you'll take the time to create some magic in your journal. Let me know if you have any questions, and give me a thumbs up if you like this. And subscribe, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Thanks for coming by and watching. Bye.